I'm Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue, and today we're making paella on the Kamado Joe. And if you've ever wondered, are the new carbon steel accessories worth it? Well, we're going to talk about that today and make paella. It's going to be tasty, so stick around and we'll get right into it. From my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Well, I've been using these new carbon steel accessories, the griddle, the wok, and the paella since they've come out. And I've really been putting them to the test and working them on the griddle. I've been not only doing smash burgers, I've been doing breakfast on them. I've been doing Philly cheesesteaks, all the types of things that you can imagine on the griddle. I've also been doing the traditional Korean recipes on the wok and cooking rice and all sorts of things. I've been even roasting coffee, green coffee beans in the wok as well. And then I lately have been using the paella pan as well, and that's what we're showcasing today. And overall, as I think about comparing them to cast iron and other options out there, or the other cast iron options that Kamado Joe has had before, this is lightweight. It's gonna last the test of time just like cast iron, but this is gonna have a lot less maintenance in my opinion, and also kind of by design how they created it. So it is cast iron, just like anything. You have to re-season it. This is already pre-seasoned, and so when you first get it, you're just cooking off, I think, the wax that it comes on so it doesn't rust. But over time, more you cook on this, the more that it continues to season, and it just gets better and better. It's lightweight, easy to store in my garage. I like these handles, the stainless steel handles, easy to carry. So overall, I'm on all three of those accessories. They're a lot easier to clean, I'm finding, and again, lightweight, so when you're moving things around on the Kamado Joe, taking things off the hot grill, they're good. Also, an advantage of the carbon steel is that it heats faster. And so that is something that's a really nice feature if you're cooking really fast or needing things to be cooked evenly across your cooking surfaces. But I think it also can have some hot spots as a disadvantage. So those are just a few things. Overall, I've really enjoyed it, cooking different variations of different recipes. And as we get into this specific recipe, you can also check out the different cooks on my shorts and long form using these carbon steel accessories. Check out those recipes so you can see how I put it to work and how easy it really is to use. So for me, it is worth the expense. It's by far, besides the rotisserie and the basket, these are definitely my favorite accessories so far Kamado Joe has put together. Let's get into this specific paella recipe and put it to work. Now today we're using lumped charcoal. We're doing direct grilling. So this is a great Spanish recipe, paella is, and we're going to do direct grilling, getting that heat, trying to get even heat distribution. So I've got the charcoal laid out evenly across here. We're going to be using the accessory rack, and then we've cleared out the ashtray, and we're going to be setting the grill to 400 degrees, covered, and closing the dome throughout the cook. This is going to be about a 60-minute cook as we continue to add and build our flavors over time. So we're going to preheat the grill, put the paella pan on here once the fire is lit, so it comes preheated by the time we're ready to start putting all of our ingredients in. So let's fire it up. All right, so this recipe is adapted from Chef Tom from All Things Barbecue. I'll have a link in the description. I've taken a few things out that I didn't prefer and made it my own, and then I'll just make note of that as we continue to build upon the layer of the flavor profiles and ingredients as we go. So the first step of building this paella recipe is we preheated the pan. It's up to 400 degrees now, so we're going to add some olive oil. Lift this up. You can see that the heat is coming off the pan really nicely. Throw in some vegetable oil here, or olive oil. We're going to throw in some seasoned smoked salt. This is personal preference. to that. And then from here, my friends, we have chopped up white onions, some chorizo, some chopped chicken, and a little bit of sausage. And this is going to go in the pan with the oil, and we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes together until the onions get translucent, and that should take about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll bring you back to the next step. All right, friends, it's been 10 minutes, and my friends, this is looking so good. We'll get a close-up of this. Stir this around. We've got great translucent onions is what we're looking for, and that chicken is definitely cooked through, and we've got the chorizo continuing to render down. Our next step is adding some peppers, some sweet peppers that I've chopped up, and we'll just kind of put this in here. I'm going to do a little dash of garlic. At this point, you could do garlic cloves. I forgot to get those, but you could do regular garlic powder or granulated, whatever you prefer. Then we're going to be using the San Marzano style diced tomato. This is going to add some great flavor and color to our paella recipe. And then this is a cup of white wine vinegar for cooking. And we're going to get this liquid in here. I'm going to bring you in close, show you what this looks like. There you are. And we're going to just stir. We're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And then when we begin to see a lot of the liquid rendering down, we will take you to the next step as we're continuing to build our flavors together. All right, friends, 15 minutes has passed, and you can see the liquid has rendered down. It's not quite completely dissolved, but it is almost there. So we're going to go ahead and add our next layer of flavor, which is going to be some rice. And this is your arborio, and I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. And there's a specific Spanish rice that you can use. This is one option that I had available to me. Again, the measurements will be in the description, and I'm going to just distribute this evenly, and then after this we're going to pour chicken stock that we've warmed up, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. Ooh, buddy, it's hot. All right, friends, we've got that rice all here, evenly distributed. Now we're going to take the chicken broth that I heated up earlier, and what we did here is typically you add saffron to the broth or to your pan. I did not have that readily available at any of my grocery stores. They're all out. I went to 2 or 3, and it was expensive, but a ground turmeric is a good substitute, and I've already put that in the pan here, and so we're just going to kind of pour this over with the rice, and then we're going to let this render down, my friends, and all the rice will just soak up this liquid, and then we're going to just kind of evenly distribute everything here, and then let this cook down for 15 minutes, and we'll bring you back. All right, friends, it's been 15 minutes, and look how all that liquid and beef stock has absorbed through the rice. Incredible. So our next step now is to kind of sprinkle this with some sweet peas, and then we're going to add our raw shrimp to this and let it cook for another 10 minutes or so. Spread out, looks really nice. The color, the smells. And now I'm going to layer shrimp all around. And this is just raw shrimp I got from my grocery store. One thing to add is I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this chicken stock because we're trying to get that sacarac, if I pronounce that right, where you get that nice crust in the bottom. But I do want to get a little bit more liquid because after 10 minutes or so, after 10 more minutes, that rice will continue to absorb that. But I want to keep things nice and crisp, but yet moist. And there's a balance that you will find as you start cooking this recipe. Again, we're looking for the shrimp to be opaque and things being soft. And then we should be ready to go to top it off. So another 10 minutes. All right, friends, the shrimp is done. A little test here, that liquid. Yeah, I think the liquid is soaked up by the, I can see a little caramelization on the back of this spoon. Last step is just taking some lemon wedges, placing them in here for presentation, and obviously there is some wonderful flavor. Squeeze this out whenever it's time. All right, friends, let's do a taste test. I'm gonna do a few bites, getting some rice. It looks like some tomatoes, some sweet peppers. I'm getting some chorizo and chicken all in this bite. And then we'll do the shrimp. Oh yeah. Yes. Flavor. Oh man, that Spanish flavor profile is just delicious. And the pepper, the sweetness, the heat a little bit. Topping off with the shrimp. Loving the flavor. The sweet peppers. My gosh. This was delicious. Definitely worth doing this recipe. Gosh, this is so good. I gotta keep going. And got some good crust on the bottom there. Well, my wife is about to be home and I gotta feed her. So let's talk about overall impressions. Let me put this bowl down, we'll talk about it. This paella recipe was next level delicious. So much flavor is being absorbed in the rice, the shrimp, the sweet peppers, the sweet peas, obviously the shrimp, the chorizo, the chicken stock, all the things. Have all the ingredients in the description, but literally it is a perfect one pot pan meal. And if you're looking to try something new, I would highly recommend this. So Chef Tom, thanks for the recommendation, and made a few tweaks to make it my own. And I really loved it. Pretty straightforward, just needing to follow those steps and keep an eye on each step so you don't overcook things too quickly, and making sure the liquid's braising and then reducing and then adding the next steps. But overall, A+ as far as flavor. I'm super happy how this turned out, and super tender and sweet, and got a good crust on that bottom, as you could see. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this cook. Have you done paella? What other ingredients do you like to add? Is there any other substitutes you've done? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what other recipes you want to see with the carbon steel accessories on the channel. I would love to put those to work as well. And my friends, I want to encourage you to like and subscribe, follow the channel. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a mega giveaway, giving away a Kamado Joe, solo stove, and even my barbecue rub. So help me spread the good word of barbecue to the community. And if you're finding this channel helpful, check out all the Kamado Joe playlists, and also pit barrel, solo stove, and all sorts of pits on the channel. Appreciate your support. Until next time, less hate, more love, good barbecue. We'll see you next time.